Sec 1 Chapter 5 Exercise 5.4. Now this question number 3, the sum of 3 consecutive odd numbers is 141. Now how do we find consecutive odd numbers? Let us take for example, if I have the number 1, what's the next consecutive odd number? That will be 3, 5, so on and so forth, right? How do we get 3 from 1? We add a 2 and we add a 2 to get 5. So if let's say I have my first consecutive odd number that is x, how do I get the next odd number? I'll take x plus 2. How do I get the next consecutive odd number? X plus 2, that gives me x plus 4. Now question says that the sum of these 3 consecutive odd numbers is 141. So I'll have the sum, everything to add together, to be equals to 141. Now simplifying the equation, we have 3x plus 6 to be 141, and 3x is equals to, so this will be 141 minus 6 to give me 135, and 3 units of x is 135, so 1 unit of x will be 45. Okay, so we need to solve it, and then we need to find the integers. So what are the 3 consecutive integers, odd number? The first one will be 45, the second one will be 45 plus 2, 47, and then 49. Have you gotten the answer? Question number 5. Tom is twice as old as Aru. In 4 years' time, the sum of their ages will be 32 years. Find Aru's age now. So I will let x be Aru's present age. So if Aru is x years old, Tom currently is now twice as old as Aru. That will be 2x years old. In 4 years' time, so that means 4 years later, Aru will now be x plus 4 years old, and Tom will be 2x plus 4 years old. The sum of their ages will be 32, so x plus 4 plus 2x plus 4 will be 32. Find Aru's present age. So we're going to solve this equation. I have 3x plus 8 to be 32, 3x to be equals to 32 minus 8. And that gives me 24, and x will be 8. What is Aru's present age? Therefore, Aru's age now is 8 years old. Have you gotten the answer? Question number 6. Halim has 4 more 50 notes than $10 notes inside his wallet. If the total value, so this is talking about, is 380, how many $10 notes does Halim have? So we are going to let x be number of $10 notes. That means there will be x number of $10 notes. What will be the value, the total value from the $10 notes? The value for $10 notes will be, if let's say there's 4 $10 notes, I'll have $40. If there is x $10 notes, then I will have 10 times x dollars. What will be the number of $50 notes? Halim has 4 more, so it will be x plus 4 $50 notes. What's the value for this? So the value, if let's say I have 3 $50 notes, that will be 3 times 50, $150. So if now I have x plus 4 times $50, and I will get a total of 50x plus $200 for the value. Okay, now question says if the total value of the notes is 380, that means I will have a total value of 10x plus 50x plus 200 to be equals to 380. How can we solve this equation? Simplifying, we have 60x plus 200 to be equals to 380. 60x will be equals to 380. Now 200 needs to migrate over, so it will be minus 200. So 60x will be 380 minus 200. 60x is $180. Now what will x be? 60 units of x will be 180, so 1 unit will be x divided by 60 to give you the number 3. How many notes does Halim have? A $10 note does Halim. Therefore, Halim have 3 $10 notes. Have you gotten the answer? Mrs. Tan has some money to buy fruits. She buy Ang mangoes at $1.60 each and have 80 cents left. Let's take a look at how much money she originally have. Let's say I buy 10 mangoes at $2 each and I got $3 left. How much money do I have? I bought 10 mangoes, $2 each, that means I have 20, and I got $3 left, then I got $23. But now if I have N mangoes at $1.60 each and have 0.8 cents left, that means I will have a total price of $1.60 times number of N mangoes plus 0.80 cents, okay, for the total amount of money that she have. If alternatively she buys N plus 10 apples instead at 70 cents each, so the price for the apples is 70 cents times N plus 10 apples, and I have a total of 10 cents left. So now let me simplify this expression. I will have 0.7 N plus $7 plus 10 cents. That means I will have a total of this. Okay, and I know that the amount of money that Mrs. Tan have is actually the same. So she didn't have extra if she buy mangoes. She also don't have extra if she buy apples. So in this case, that means these two values are equal to each other. So I'll have the equation 160N plus 0.8 to be equals to 0.7N plus 7.1. Now shifting the different terms together, I will have 1.6N minus 0.7N. Shift this over to this side. And 7.1 minus away 0.8. That gives me a total of 0.9N to be equals to 6.3, and N will be equals to 6.3 divided by 0.9. That gives me 7. So therefore value of N is 7. How much money does Mrs. Tan have for buying fruits? I can use either one of the expression. So in this case, I'll say the total amount of money will be $1.60 times N, which is 7 now, plus 80 cents. That gives me a total of $9.40. Okay, need to write a description probably. So Mrs. Tan have $9.40. Okay, part C. If Mrs. Tan buys 3 mangoes and uses the rest of money to buy apples, how many apples can she buy? So if I buy 3 mango, I originally have $9.40, okay, amount of money left to buy apples is actually $9.40 minus away the cost for 3 mangoes. 3 mangoes, 1 mango is $1.60 each, so minus 3 times of 160, I'm left with a total of $4.60, and I'm going to use this money to buy apples. So number of apples will give me to be $4.60 divided by apple is 70 cents each, and that approximates to or 60 minus 0.8 divided by 0.7 to give me 6.57. Do I round it up or do I round it down? I can't buy 6.5 apples, right? So but the amount of money will not be enough to buy several apples, so I'm left with 6 apples. Okay, and if I want to count the amount of money left, I will take 460 minus away 6 apples, the price for 6 apples. So 460 minus away 70 cents times 6, and that gives me 40 cents. Have you gotten the answer?